What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, we have a proposal here to extend the contract for our current project manager, the one and only Clayboyn. And, I got to say, before we even jump into this, you guys probably already know I'm a big fan of Clay, and I think he's done a phenomenal job, and I will be voting for this. But I think it's worth going over just to remind people what has been accomplished in the almost 1 year that Clay has been in the role. And you may agree or disagree with how, Clay has handled certain things. I'm sure it's been a learning process the entire way. But one thing I think we can all get behind, or at least agree to, is the fact that before Clay was in there, the DAO literally was headless. There was no direction because we didn't even know that we needed a project manager for the DAO. We didn't know we didn't know what we didn't know, essentially. And so I'm glad that Clay is in the role now. And, that being said, is Clay the best person for the role? I don't know, right? I don't know. But right now, he's the only one who wants the job. He's done a fantastic job for the first year. And I am very much in line with him I'm very much appreciating the fact that he wants to come back and do a second year, and I'm all for it. So let's go ahead. I'm not going to read to you the entire thing, although if you are, invested into this, then I would highly recommend you do. Here's a lot of the things that he was able to accomplish while he was there. Establish soft consensus mechanisms and work with a team to bring more engagement to the SPS governance system by incorporating the draft proposal stage into the website, as well as implementing non-intrusive alerts. I agree. The entire thing being on the Splinterlands website now is much easier, so that's fantastic in whatever capacity he helped with that. Set up the market maker partnership with Flowdesk so that we did not get taken or delisted on crypto.com, the exchange. Again, I don't know how much volume we're doing there. I don't know how much it matters right now, but hey, if the bull run is around the corner, that is the only centralized exchange that we have, and it's a decent sized one that's available to US folks, where you can buy SPS directly and get it straight in, well, not in game, but straight onto the BNB chain and in game relatively fast. So I think that's actually a big one. We're not seeing the benefits of it now, but over the next 12 to 18 months, if we can get new players to come in, especially from the US or places where crypto.com is available, that could be a huge, huge onboarding area. And crypto.com they're still in the game, right? They're not like FTX where, FTX completely collapsed. Crypto.com, I think they just got naming rights to another arena, or they're the sponsor of some other sports thing. So, I don't know anything about the business, and I'm not trying to, this is not a sponsorship or endorsement for crypto.com. I'm just saying that they're still there. They're still relevant 4 years later. So that to me is a big thing, because I'm sure their customer base has only grown and will continue to grow if they're running a solid business. Again, right? I don't know the ins and outs. All right. So number 3, establish the DAO X account and YouTube account, as well as hosting periodic down halls to help update and inform the community when important topics arise. I think this has been fantastic. It's offered an alternative to the Splinterlands town halls, where we can focus on DAO specific things. We had the down halls with PJ, which are fantastic. I think that you should go check those out, as well as the one with Double Coconut, right? And so I like the fact that Clay is able to do things on his own and has established that. All right, several LP audits and proposals to help the DAO make informed decisions about changing our approach to DeFi. So this is a huge one, right? I think this is probably underrated in the sense that we finally did, well, he's talking about an LP audit. I think just an SPS audit overall. Here, he put that at the bottom, so that's on there. So, LP audits, SPS distribution audits, just somebody to be able to go in and, check the numbers make sense and bring that data back to us. And now we've actually have made decisions about, adjusting some of the LPs based on what usage they're getting. And you may or may not like that, but at the end of the day, you can't disagree with the data, right? For example, I didn't like the fact that the SPS ETH rewards were going to end, and we're going to move that over to V3 that the DAO is going to handle. But nobody's using the pool. So, myself and many others are just getting paid SPS for, just having capital sit there. So we need to make this stuff work for us. We need to make it work for the DAO. And as much as I disagree with it or dislike it, it is the right thing to do. Rework tournaments. Clay's been fantastic about doing all of that kind of stuff with tournaments. We've had a weird road, but even now with ghost card tournaments and things like that, appreciate his efforts. Sushi swap partnership and bond. I don't know where that is right now, but hopefully as we get further on into the bull run, more people will wake up to DeFi. That'll be something bigger. Establish procedural guidelines for proposals. Help to set up and establish the treasurer system, and then established a proposal tracker in Discord. So he says there's quite a bit more. He put together monthly recaps, which I didn't even know that he was doing. So that's fantastic. Maybe that's something that we can check out in the future for here. For content on the channel, but you guys let me know if that's what you want. Now, there's also in progress and future projects, right? So we'll just cover these very quickly. The DeFi overhaul continues with the aim to have our DAO start generating a strong passive income from its idle assets. I think moving, staking, Hive, doing different things like that have been great. Expanding into new chains to strengthen our DeFi presence and improve our overall token health by exposing more of our liquidity and volume to other chains. Again, I highly recommend you go listen to his down haul with PJ where they talked about this, because he's working closely with PJ to get us on some of the EVM chains, right? So Ethereum, maybe ETH layer 2s, maybe Base, right? Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon, Solana might be another option, but having volume or having liquidity on all these chains makes it not only easier for people to come in, but arbitrage increases volume and will be a good thing for us overall. Establishing partnerships with DEXs and communities on new chains to help build momentum, establish an SPS foundation, continue to help navigate new issues that arise, and help the DAO establish guidelines for itself, continue to work as liaison between the DAO and the team, work with JPTR or Jupiter to ensure the community's update on the status of the SPS chain development, continue to set up more down halls, and as always, continue to push for DAO to become self-sustaining. So here's the details. He's not raising the amount. It will continue at a rate of 5,000 USD per month. Now, what's interesting is last year he said that he wanted to do this for 1 year, but afterwards he would probably have to charge more. I think Clay is probably doing us a solid right now, or maybe he just thinks that if it was higher, people probably don't recognize the value yet, even though I think many people do, of what he's doing. And part of it too is, he's sitting on heavy Splinterlands assets, and to go through another year getting 5K a month, who knows? If SPS goes to the moon, 5K a month is going to be the smallest of his income streams, right? If SPS goes to the moon. But aside from that, I appreciate the fact that he's not coming in and charging something higher. He does though want to be able to take 2 weeks of vacation or sick time at points during the duration of the contract. I think that's totally fine. The fact that he wasn't doing that before is a little concerning. Clay, take care of your health. And the personal thoughts, the job has been a massive undertaking, if I'm being honest. Essentially, you're building something from the ground up. So I feel like I had a pretty good idea of what I'm getting myself into. There's a lot of uncertainty for my personal life. I've had to forfeit a lot of luxuries. So he gets into his whole thing here. On a final note, I want to make it clear that if the DAO chooses not to extend the contract, I understand. I'll do my best to finish as many ongoing projects as possible and ensure that any responsibilities are handed off per the DAO instructions. Thanks for the opportunity to work with and for you all. Hopefully we can continue to build together. Thanks for your time and consideration. Now, for those who are worried about capital, I believe I read it somewhere on Discord, but right now we do have the capital to cover this. And as we move forward, right, hopefully there will be more money-making opportunities for the DAO. I don't know what the mini set proposal is going to look like. I'm assuming it's going to be something similar to what we have for the Rebellion proposal. There also will probably be other opportunities for the DAO to earn in terms of, staking or holding HBD or staking Hive, right? So I'm not as worried about the DAO right now, and as long as the finances look good. And again, I'll admit that I'm not on top of where the finances are, but I've heard that for right now, we look good to cover everything that's going on, including the Jupiter stuff, right? The Jupiter development, as well as Clay. So, do your own research on this. Go check out more of it if you can or if you desire to. But at the end of the day, I think Clay's done a fantastic job. I will be in favor of this and voting in favor of it. So yeah, thank you, Clay. And for anybody that might have a different opinion, you know me, I would love to hear your difference of opinion. Or if you just want to, tell Clay's done a good job, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.